And so one of the stories I talk about when I come in to do my keynote presentations at schools, a lot of convocations they have me come in and do, or professional development workshops, I always talk about there was a particular student that seemed to be disengaged, right? Didn't seem to have any heart, passion, desire for school, right? We call that student apathy, right? So I was made aware that this student wasn't really going to be disruptive, wasn't really going to interrupt my class, but he just wasn't going to do anything. He wasn't going to raise his hand, he wasn't going to do his homework, he wasn't going to participate. And I understood that. So one of the things I try to do, Mike, is I try to affirm the students when I go into their class on a day-to-day basis. I always try to find something to say to let them know that they have worth and value, that they're intelligent, they're gifted, and that they can and they will be successful in life. And that an education is one of the greatest tools that can help them maximize their potential. And that's what I did with this student. I came in day after day, week after week, and I would just affirm him. And he never really responded. But then it was one particular day when I went in after Halloween. And when I went in this one particular day after Halloween, I pretty much just asked the students, hey, who would like to volunteer and share with me, what you were for Halloween? What was your Halloween costume? And as you can imagine, kids are like, ooh, call me. And as I panned and scanned the room to see who I was going to choose on initially, believe it or not, this student that had never raised his hand, never did his homework, was always disengaged, head was always pointed down towards the floor. His head was down, but his hand actually went up. And when his hand went up, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. He had never said a word. So I had to call him. So I looked over and I said, go ahead, what were you for Halloween? And he took a pause. His head never came up. His head remained down the entire time. But while his head was down, he said this. He said, Mr. Wright, I was you. And that it broke me. Like I was standing there and tears were coming down my face because I'm confused, but it was so powerful. I'm like, so now I asked him, like, Zai, why would you be me for Halloween? And he said, literally, Mike, he said, because you had the biggest impact in my life. And I said, how have I had the biggest impact in your life? I've only been in here in the last 7 or 8 weeks. He said, literally, a fifth grader said, he said, you shifted my perspective.